Day 59 of semen retention. And I'm kind of realizing that maybe I'm just meant to be alone. You know, how am I supposed to go on some sort of journey or endeavor on this shit while being with somebody? You know? That would just be selfish to them, right? If I want to do all these great things and be successful and take care of myself and my family and all that shit, how in the fucking world, how would it be possible to have somebody on my side who believes in me through and through and just, supports me? There's just no fucking shot. And I know that partially I'm manifesting that into my reality, but maybe I just deep down don't want that. Maybe I had my chance with that and, I wasn't ready. I fucked it all up. I just don't want it. I just want to win. Simple as that. I just want to win, and I don't want somebody in the crossfire of my fucking insanity. Because the way my mind works is just not normal. It's not regular. I think in just such insane ways, and maybe it could sometimes be sort of creative, but I'm just, I'm fucking insane sometimes. And I don't want that burden on anybody else. Maybe they could come to a point of understanding and things like that, but, it's very hard to understand what I am. And maybe that just, that sounds a bit insane or crazy, but it's just the truth. I just try to be real fucking honest on this shit. Like, it sounds great to, be with somebody and have a family and all that sort of stuff and live a normal life, but I'm way beyond that point. I'm way beyond that point. I'm way past that point. Like, I haven't been through all of this just to do that. That's just not the reality I want. I'd rather, not even fucking, I'm not even gonna say it on YouTube, but you know what I mean? So, but, the bright side of that is I can stay real focused on what I need to focus on and maybe inspire other people. That might be the greatest part of all this. Really unfold my mind, and maybe the audience that will watch me eventually will have that same sort of understanding that I have, and then carry on with whatever I was trying to do here on this earth. And maybe it's not to just procreate. Maybe it's for something more. Or maybe it's all for nothing. Maybe it's all an effort for nothing. Once again, I know I'm partially manifesting my reality when I speak like this, when I say things like this, but it just comes from a lot of self-hatred and just self-destruction over the years. I put myself through hell to be just in this position in life that I hate myself for. And I just suck it up and strive through it, as any man should. As any man should. That's your responsibility. You're the only person who fucks up your own life. And I know I can become better and better and better and better and become one of the greatest versions of myself that, possibly could ever exist. But I think that only comes with being alone. I try to think about this again and again and again, and I think I would just self-sabotage if I try to, endeavor on getting a partner and getting with somebody for the sake of just having some sort of companionship or friendship with somebody. being alone seems like the only outcome of success for me. It's the only formula for me that works. When I'm not alone, when I'm with somebody else, I start to, think with them in mind, which is a really good thing, but also that destroys my character and that destroys what I am. And I can't find the balance within that, within still being fully me and still, taking care of them and taking care of their needs. I just haven't figured that out yet. And that's probably not just me. That's probably a lot of men go through that sort of struggle. And this is probably me just speaking as a young adult going through life. But being alone right now, it sometimes could get to me, for sure. When I go to sleep, not at night, but in the fucking morning, because I work overnight. So when I go to sleep in the morning, the sun is rising. And I'm all alone in my bed. That sort of hits me sometimes, but that's a part of all this, Every great character in every movie, every badass character, they don't have a partner. They're just free to do what they have to do, and they're on a mission. And I need to stay on my mission. That's all it is. And then maybe one day, once I'm not so involved in my conquest and my mission, maybe one day I can, settle down and be a normal human being. But otherwise, I can't. Like, I don't fit in with anybody. I don't understand these normal things that, people just do. And I'm supposed to just do them too. I can't relate. I'll be at a party or an event where there's a lot of people and they're having these conversations, and I don't care. Like, I just don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just so embedded and invested in my own journey. And I think that's so much more important. And these people, like, I could give two fucks about. Like, I just start thinking to myself, why the fuck am I even here? Like, I'll be at events like that for family, like close family and all that. Like, I feel like it's a proper necessity sometimes to show up to things like that, even if you don't want to, for the time being, at least, till I have my own family and all that. But do I even get to that point? I don't know. I truly don't know. I think this path that I chose is just one, to be alone and learn to just keep being alone. I'm very used to being alone, and for the most part, I enjoy being alone. But there will be those moments in time where I'm alone and I question everything. I question why I'm alone. Like, a lot of people will tell me, like, a lot of my friends or family will tell me, why don't I have a partner? And it's very hard to explain that. I'm just on my journey and my conquest. They can't understand it because they've never went down that path, I just feel very unrelatable and isolated in that sense. When the pressure feels on sometimes, when I'll be talking to my grandfather or, people like that, and they're like, where's your partner? What's going on? Like, you're a decent looking man and you got your shit together, but like, you're fully capable of it, but what's going on? Do you not like women? Like, that's the thought going through their head, and that's whatever, but sometimes that shit will get to me and it'll make me think, what am I doing this all for? What am I actually doing this all for? Do I want to actually be on this mission and be on this conquest and figure out certain things about humans and life and all that, or am I just running away? Am I just deep down running away from all of my, trauma and insecurities from the past? Is this what all of this is? Is it just insecurity? Is it just fear of being insignificant? Is that what all of this is? Is that what all this, culminates to actually being? Or is it actually what I want to do? Or is it actually everything I want to endeavor? Is it actually going to all fulfill me? I question those things sometimes. And I only question it really on those bad days where I'm kind of, fucked up in the head a little bit. Because all this energy, all this extra fucking energy is running through me. And sometimes I don't know how to deal with all of it. I feel like I'm on the right path. I'm doing all the right things, all the necessary things. But sometimes it feels like I'm not. Like, I need to remind myself to live, to be alive. I'm not this fucking robot, this fucking machine that I've made myself into. I've made myself this machine that just goes and goes and goes and goes and doesn't fucking stop. And like, that's great and all. That keeps me moving forward. That makes me pretty unique in that sense. But also, then what am I? Beyond just being a fucking machine, being an animal, being a monster, what am I? Am I even somebody that people fucking really care about and want to be invested in? Or am I just some, sort of machine that just keeps going for the reason of just keep going and going and going and trying to seek this fulfillment that will never arrive if I just keep going down this path of self-sabotage. But this self-sabotage might be everything that I'm looking for. I won't know until I'm, at that end of the finish line point, and then I can look back for reference. I can't reference off of anybody close to me that I know, or just anybody on these journeys, because everybody's a little bit different. So am I just fucking it all up constantly, just going against everything I should actually be doing? Being so alone and so trapped in my own mind all the time, and being the one who has to deal with everybody's fucking issues. But I could barely deal with my own issues, and I just suck it up. I just suck it up and just keep on pushing. Like, just keep on pushing through no matter what. No matter how tough it gets. Like, I'm just at this point where I'm unbreakable now, and I'm just in this fucking machine mode and just go, go, go. And I just hope it's for something good, I hope it could just bring good to somebody else, even if it's not to me, And this is a documentation of just, somebody who's pretty fucking unhinged, but it may seemingly all work out when I'm financially successful and all that. From the outside looking in, it might seemingly work out. Like, oh, he has my dream physique. Oh, he has, my dream finances. And maybe eventually I have that, dream relationship that people may look to and aspire to. But maybe this is just the path I chose. Maybe I'm just, in that Batman mode where I can't get out of it. Where I can't save myself, and I feel like I have to save others, but I can't save myself from me. There's only one person I'm fighting with all the fucking time. It's me in my head. These like, this fucking Gemini formation in my head of just battling it out day after day after day, just don't get it out with myself. It's just, it could get exhausting sometimes and can make me question everything. But at the end of the day, I know I'm on the right path, because I'm a winner. That's what I fucking am. I'm a winner. I'm a champion. I'm lucky. And I get everything that I want. Everything. I am inevitable. I fucking love y'all. Peace.